Hi to all beautiful souls out there who are tuning in today, and welcome to 30 Minutes Exploring Coaching, a platform where world-class coaches gather and share their wisdoms and informations for the benefits of all. If you've been following my channel, I would like to say thank you. But if this is your first time tuning in, you click the subscribe button for more valuable insights to come. Today, I'm so delighted to have Dr. Aliah with me here. Someone from my very own country. Selamat pagi and selamat datang. Welcome. Welcome to 30 Minutes Exploring Coaching, Dr. Aliah. Great to have you here with me today. Yeah. Well, I let you have the honor to introduce yourself to our beautiful audience here. Tell us a little bit more about your background and what makes you embark on this meaningful life coaching journey. To you, Dr. Aliah.
Hi everybody. So my name, as Remy, Coach Remy, introduced me just now. I'm Aliah. Yeah, you can call me Dr. Aliah or Aliah. So my background is actually I'm a lecturer in mechanical engineering. And as I was studying my PhD, it was in Japan at that time, and I I feel like that was during COVID, right? And then I feel like there's something more in life that I would like to give. And from then on, I started to become a coach. So right now, I'm a coach who coach high achieving women, high performing women to break their glass ceiling, the inner glass ceilings that's holding them back, so that they can improve their life, increase their income, have greater influence and impact, and also while also having a fulfilled life. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, before we move to this group of women high performer, as you call them, there's something here. I'm curious also. Being in the coaching journey, especially in our country here, life coaching is something still very foreign to many out there. So when some even ask me, like, Remy, what does a life coach actually do? In what way can a life coach help me as a person? So perhaps what say you on this scenario of, is it still an infant industry, especially in our own country here, Dr. Aliah?
I guess it's the term itself is something new to in our country, but the implementation of it has been something that has been around for a while already. But before this, maybe people looking at improving their life, they look at classes or workshops so that they can, somewhat change their life by attending those sort of motivational talks and so on. And for the majority of it, it is that's what's beneficial for us, right? But I feel like started during COVID, our society has started to become more and more separated in a way. We are facing similar challenges, but facing the challenges alone more and more. So that's when I feel like a personal coaching and maybe particularly in their life coaching, life overall life coaching is something that people are starting to seek right now, so that they can transform their life and really make that long-lasting change. Yeah.
This is what we are here for, having this conversation so that our beautiful listeners out there could have a more in-depth understanding of what life coaching is all about. Well, before we again move to the high performer, I'm sure that a lot of women out there, be it entrepreneur or corporate, they would like to embark on an entrepreneurship journey or even change job to move to a better in terms of better career wise, and they tend to have this tendency of fear of the unknown, right? Many, should I take this leap? What if I leap and I fall? What will happen? Or if I change career, what if the company doesn't suit me, or the nature of work I'm not, you know, good enough to face all the challenges? All this fear of unknown. How? By engaging a life coach can help a person to clear this fear.
Yeah, fear of the unknown. People may experience anxiety or distress when they have lack of information, which is yeah, we cannot just predict the future, right? When we start to do that, then that the anxiety will just become larger and larger. What coach can help is by questioning this fear of this people who wants this take who wants to take this leap in their life, right? And where does this comes from, and challenge the person's negative beliefs around certain uncertainty situation, all these situations, right? Because when if you are doing that alone, right, moving towards the unknowns, right, um, you can do that alone, but the stress of it may be really, really higher than what you can um, uh, manage. And that sometimes what leads you to not taking action, right? Because this fear of this unknown is really, really big. And that's what we don't want in our life, right? Because life is a constant change, right? So by having a coach by yourself, and sort of like holding you accountable, holding hands for you to walk through this path that's challenging. I feel like that's something that honestly I was in that I had this experience before this, that I don't have any other person to sort of like to give me support when I transition in my life. So, for those of you out there who didn't know, I quit my job after 5 years working after having two kids. I was a lecturer in a university at the time, and because of the the pressure, the stress of working and caring for my kids, I feel like I just don't want to work anymore. And I thought that, okay, I am going to do this. I'm going to quit my job and be a full time housewife while following my husband. He that time he was pursuing his PhD in Japan, so I thought that that'd be okay. But little did I know that it was a big transformation, it was a change for me, because um, I never experienced not working. I never, having that. I always have something to work on throughout my life, right? So that was a big challenge, and I wish that I had support during that time, because it was a really challenging time, and it was a really dark time for me. I guess that was one of the situation where I feel like I need some kind of support, just to know that this is the thing that I'm doing. There's something that bigger goal that I want to achieve, that requires me to sort of like, that particular journey, that duration of time where I was not working, is preparing me for something bigger in the future. So that's the thing that I feel like um, people nowadays, um, if they have somebody who believe in their future, in their the vision of their future, then things will be much, much easier for them. Yeah.
Yes, I hear you. Especially when a person is starting out or feel like change of the environment in their career or stepping into businesses. This fear of doubts always makes a person stagnant. And I think what you shared is beautiful, like having a life coach together with that person, like holding hands in hand, in walking into the unknown, that is going to make the person more, I would say, have more confidence to step out from their comfort zone here. Well, let's say I'm a person that have very low self-esteem or even have very self-doubt. I'm doubting whether should, whether engaging a coach can really bring up my self-confidence or not. I've been trying to read self-help book or even attend all those courses, but it seems that my self-doubt is still very high. That means my self-esteem is still very low. So in what way having a coach, a life coach, can bring me up in this area?
The majority of us feel like they have to have really, really high confidence, or even high self-esteem in themselves before embarking in a new journey, right? But the reality is that it's the other way around, right? Because when you look at it, you gain higher confidence, you gain your self-esteem more and more when you start to take the actions, right? Following the path that you want to go and be clear about it, setting realistic goals and also challenging your own limiting belief, and when you start to take that action, even tiny action, but in a longer duration and consistently showing up for yourself, you'll see that your self-doubt becomes much decrease, and your confidence in yourself become higher. So what this means is that though people will feel like they have to have the confidence first, it's actually the other way around. You have to take action. And this is what coaching helps you to take that next action. What is the next action that can bridge the gap between where you are right now to the future that you want to have, right?
So through your coaching experience with your clients, averagely, how long does it take for a person with very low self-esteem to become, I wouldn't say very high, but in terms of like ready to take the next action? How long it takes roughly?
Um, Roughly, it depends on the individuals, right? Depending on the stage that they are at. But generally, people will see that they start about a month into coaching, right? Because you wouldn't want to wait until later to take that action, right? Once you are clear of the next action, you'll take that action immediately. And usually, um, uh, say like if you start to show up for yourself, right? You start to have that practicing, when you start to do the things that align with your future ideal version of yourself, it is a form of self-care. It's a form of you practicing self-care for yourself every single day. So I guess that's the duration really depends on each individual, but I feel like at least for 1 month, and the majority of my clients will be 3 months for them to be really, really ready that okay, now I know myself. I have a higher self-awareness, and I know I can pursue all these things alone. I think that it would take about 3 months.
Yes, beautiful. In fact, I would say if a person can really transform from the first month to the third month, I would say it's a miracle. It's something that to celebrate as compared to a lifetime that if you don't work with a coach, you're running here and there like a loose cannon, trying to find yourself back, right? So if
Yeah.
3 months with proper accountability, mirroring back to your flaws and all that, I would say is a beautiful journey for a person to go through and work with a coach. Well, now that I know, to those out there, some may think that, wow, is it like a therapy session whereby I have to sit there for 1 year, 2 years, telling the coach about my problems? Now that you have painted a very beautiful picture. So to our listeners out there, don't be scared or what, a coach is there to work together with you, to enlighten you, to bring out the best in you. Well, now let's move to what you mentioned right from the beginning. You're working with this group of highly performers, women, high performer women. So let's say a person have been through coaching with you for 3 months. So they have been putting into practice what they learned, how you coach them and all that. And now they reach the pinnacle of their success. They have almost the top of the corporate ladder, or in terms of business, money is not an issue anymore. But to them, they still feel that there's something missing or they want more in terms of fulfillment. Now, how can a life coach really break through that this so-called high performer into the next so-called level that they are seeking? This is interesting. I'm curious.
Yeah, this is the things that high performers face that they don't know they are facing, right? Because that is a subconscious self-sabotaging that happens when a high performers gets to a place that their life is good. I mean, their career is good, right? Their life generally is good, but there's something still missing, right? Not knowing what is it that's missing. So what happened is that this self-sabotaging happens because of there's a sort of like an inner thermostat for the amount of happiness or amount of financial success and abundance that you can tolerate in your life, that you can experience in your life. And this is a programming that you have throughout your life, and you don't really aware of that. So what happens is that when you reach that place, right, you reach that level of happiness, of money, of great relationships that you have, you will start to self-sabotage this. This manifests in maybe, for example, when you have a great relationship with your partner, but then you start to speaking the things that he do wrong in the relationships, right? Or blaming, blaming others, being angry about a small thing, and or feeling guilt of doing something or not doing something. All these things are some of this sort of like the symptoms of the upper limit problem. So this is, for example, some other ways that have things that happen is when you get sick. You get sick. That's actually as the author of the book, The Big Leap, Guy Henry, he mentioned that even getting sick before a certain big thing that you are committing to is one of a sign of maybe you are having this upper limit problem, because you're unknowingly you are creating this subconscious self-sabotaging inside of you, because you know that if you do that really well, the promotion, you will get the promotion, and then you'll break the glass ceiling, and then what? And then how am I going to manage all these things? And and so on, right? So that's what the inner thermostat is, the glass ceiling, the upper limit problem that measure of the high performing human is. And this is can be overcome if you are aware of what it is and where does this happen in your life, right? Be having that high self-awareness towards this and taking that tiny actions towards increasing that thermostat level,
Yes.
so you can more financial success and so on, right?
So basically, a life coach is there to help a person to keep on raising their standard, no matter where they are. They may think that, well, I have reached the pinnacle of success or have reached the ultimate of where I want to go. But when they are working with a coach like you, well, you seems to help them to see there's more and beyond where a person can go. That's awesome. But all things, there are two sides of it. When a person keep on exploring the higher side, keep on raising the standard, there'll be a point whereby a person can feel overwhelmed and feel that, wow, I'm about to burn out. So how can a coach help those high performer to prevent, falling to the other side of so-called performing and ended up burning out themselves? Please share.
This is the thing that majority of people didn't recognize, that life is about finding that sweet spot between pushing yourself towards achieving what you want to achieve in your life, and then slowing down, and this is like, for example, if you look at world-class athletes, right? They are not training themselves throughout the year. There's a duration in that year that they focus on resting, slowing down, right? So that's what high performers, high performing women and even male should be implementing themselves too, in their life too, right? Because of the nature of a high performer, they feel like they always have to be on, everything has to be on. There's no off time for them, right? So if you operate your life like that, you'll be facing a prolonged or excessive amount of stress without no break and at all. Because the thing with high performers, their career, the thing that they are working on, they are really passionate about it. So work might not feel like work for them. So because of this is what leads them to burnout. If they're not aware of that is the thing that they have to put into their life first. It's like you have to train yourself to rest and recover. That's the thing that I learn, and I also incorporate that with all my clients, because I know that you cannot operate from just on all the time.
It's like a high performer keep on running on turbo mode. It's a matter of time you burn out. Yeah, you can't be on a turbo mode all the time. You have to at times let go.
Yeah, that's true.
That's awesome. Well, because to some people thought that a coach is there to push, if I engage a coach, the coach will keep on pushing me, that's why I'm scared, I'd rather do it at my own pace. But now that I know a coach is even there to ask me to, Remy, slow down, in order to move fast, at times you got to slow down.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. That's 100%. In order for you to go further, there's definitely a moment in your life that you have to learn to slow down to.
Yes. Like you mentioned just now, to some means performing means, well, I gotta go on and on and on doing a lot of things nonstop. Well, it's a matter of time. Well, being mindful of time, Dr. Alia, well, you have shared paint a very beautiful and in-depth picture to our beautiful listeners out there, talking about fears, self-doubts, how to handle the upper limit, and of course, to prevent burnout. And to those who are tuning in and still have doubt whether should I or should I not, will it work or will it not if I were to engage a life coach to work with me? I'm already a high performer. What would be your final message to them?
Yeah, I guess it's about showing up for yourself, because a coach is there for you to manifest your vision of your life, your own fulfillment. It's not for you to, it's this thing that I feel most people have this perception about coach, where they feel like it's either they need a coach or they don't need a coach. But what's the difference is that everybody don't need a coach. They don't need a coach, But what's the it it depends on whether or not you want a coach or you don't want a coach. If you want to face these challenges by yourself, it's okay too. But if you feel like having a coach will make it much, much, much easier, your life will be much, much more less stressful, then finding a coach is the way to go, because you don't need a coach. But it depends whether you want a coach or not.
You want or you not? Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Alia, and thank you to our beautiful audience out there. And Dr. Alia can be reached at her email down below at the screen. You will see it, or you can reach to any one of us. We'll be most happy to answer your questions or your doubts, or even have a free discovery coaching session with any one of us. Feel free to get in touch with us. So, for those of you who haven't subscribed to 30 Minutes Exploring Coaching, do click the subscribe button for more valuable wisdoms and insights to come. So, thank you once again and have a blessed day. Bye bye.